Episode 4, optimize your mind for performance and pave the path for success. We've gone through a lot so far. We've gone through how to get clear on your why, what really drives you, and make sure you check up on that consistently. If you don't read that daily, then you can lose that spark that's within you. So have it as a wallpaper, have it written somewhere where you can read it every single day. Go print it out and laminate it and put it in your shower if you need to. Have that clarity of who you are and where you're going and why you're getting there. So you've got that drive to actually do the work. Second, we've gone through the importance of doing the same thing for your team. Because if you want to influence others, it's all about transferring your certainty to them. And you do that through your energy, through your conviction of who you are, where you're going, and how you're getting there, and then learning to communicate that with your team. We've gone through the importance of vulnerability, of how to actually open up a little bit so you can actually connect with your team. We've also gone through the importance of duplication, why it is so important to duplicate, and how you can do that through vulnerability, but through structure. Remember to go back through and do them again if you need to, because this is not things I want you to listen to, feel good for 5-10 minutes, and then do nothing about it. It's all in the execution and implementation. If you need to go back through these episodes, go back through them and do the work that I've given you. People pay me tens of thousands of dollars to give you what I'm giving you today and on the other podcast. So please don't take it for granted and go execute on these things. Now, we're here on the final episode. We're going to be going really deep on you today, on your mindset. I want you to picture someone climbing a ladder and they have all these weights that are weighing them down. It makes it so much harder and so much more exhausting to be able to climb the ladder. Now, the analogy is you chasing your goals of climbing the ladder, and all these things weighing you down are your limiting beliefs, your unhealed things, trauma, wounds, judgment that you haven't worked through yet. So this is why it is so important to do the inner work on yourself, to work through your own judgment, your own fear, your own limitations, because success is two things: 80% mindset, 20% skill set. You've heard that already. So we're actually going to be doing an exercise today to help dissolve one of your limitations, so you can actually take more action with less effort and be more effective in what it is that you do. Again, another analogy I use is that you're driving the car with the handbrake on. You're taking a lot of effort and energy to not go that fast or go nowhere. That's where self-doubt, self-sabotage, fear, overwhelm, being triggered, all of these are symptoms of the work you haven't done yet. So we're going to be doing some work today. And all of this, everything we've spoken about in the past podcasts, including today, is all about developing a winning mindset, a mindset for performance, for execution, for success. Again, for you, because leaders go first, and then being able to pass that on to your team and duplicate that success throughout your team. So, for this exercise, if you're able to write it down, please write it down. If not, you can just follow along with me. I want you to think about the biggest limiting belief that you have. What is the biggest limiting belief that you have? A limiting narrative that you tell yourself. It might be, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve success, money is evil, money doesn't grow on trees, whatever it may be, I'm not enough. A lot of these are picked up through our childhood, which is where we're about to go. But I want you to really think about that. What is your biggest limiting belief? We all have them. And if you think you don't have one, we've just identified your first limiting belief. So once you've got that, I want you to think about that and just tell yourself again. Let's use I'm not enough as an example. Now, I want you to go back and I want you to think about when was the earliest memory that you have when you experienced this belief? When did you pick it up? Who told you it? Did you decide it yourself? Was it from your parents? Was it from an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend? Was it from a teacher? Was it from the news? Was it from your grandparents? Was it from your auntie, your uncles? Where did this belief come from? Beautiful. I want you to think about that memory. Think about that experience. Now, I want to just help you change your perception on what beliefs are. Beliefs are just language and coding that we've picked up and downloaded from someone else. I want to use a silly example for you to hit this home. If I was to cut you open, surgically cut you open, would I find a tag, like a tag that's on the back of a shirt, where it says like where you were made, like it says like the fabric and what it's made of? Would I find a tag inside of you, a physical tag? Would I find a tag inside of you that says your name, born at this location, and it says you are not enough, or whatever belief you have, whatever your limiting belief was? Would I find that? No, I wouldn't. Why? Because it's not real. It's something in our head, in our mind, that we've downloaded and we've told ourselves for years, if not decades, and we believe it to be true when it's not. I hope you're following along and this is making sense. Every belief we have, we've just picked up off someone else, and it's not true. We are infinite beings. I don't want to get too spiritual with you today, but we are infinite divine beings. I've never met a baby who thinks that they're not enough. I'm not sure if you have. I've never met one. Why? Because they haven't picked up that belief yet. No one's told them that yet, or they haven't decided themselves that they're not enough. But let's keep moving forward. So I want you right now to go back to that moment where you felt or you picked up whatever belief you picked up. Where I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, whatever it is. But I want you now, through the eyes of your younger self, how old were you when you picked up that belief? How old were you? You might be 5, you might be 6, you might be 12, you might be 20. I want you to feel and remember how old you were when you picked up that belief. Let's say you're 8 years old. Now think about how old you are now. Let's say you're 38. I want you to feel the weight and the energy of that belief over how many years you've held on to it for. Say it's 3 decades. I want you to feel the weight of I'm not enough. I want you to feel that. And just as if I was to get you to hold your hand out and hold a bottle of water or a cup of water, it's probably not going to be that heavy. But what if I asked you to hold that cup for a day, or for a week, or for a year, or for 30 years? At some point, it's going to get heavy. And that's what you've been doing with this belief for so long. Again, it's not real. It's just something you've picked up. It's something that you will have references to support it. But again, it's not the truth. It is not the truth that you're not enough, that you're not worthy. It's not the truth. So really feel into that. Now, I want you to feel this in your heart, in your stomach, in your head, in your body, wherever it comes up for you. I want you to answer this question. What becomes available to you with the absence of that belief? I want you to really feel what comes up for you right now. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel free? Do you feel love? Do you feel abundant? Do you feel enough? Do you feel unstoppable? Do you feel like you can take more action? Do you feel like you're worthy? what comes up for you with the absence of that belief? Because the belief was just masking your full potential, your infinite self, your divine self. This ties into the ego. We're not going to be talking about that too much today. But whatever you're feeling, whatever's coming up for you right now, that's your authentic self speaking. This other self, the limiting belief that I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, all of that's not true. It's just that it was, in quotations, your truth because you believed it, but it wasn't and it isn't the truth. The universal truth. It's not. It's just something you picked up and you've been holding on to it for a very long time. But we've just dissolved that. And again, feel what comes and becomes available to you. Breathe nice and strong as well. And feel that ripple effect throughout your body. And you can listen back to this podcast many times and just insert the other beliefs that you've got without getting into it because we don't have the time to. Be aware of what triggers you because those triggers are just revealing more areas that there's opportunities to heal through. And if you go back and you do the same exercise we did, you can start to dissolve more and more of those limitations. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. I hope you enjoyed these podcasts. I want to just hit home one more time the importance of your mindset. If you want to win, if you want to be successful, you need to develop a winning mindset. I've given you the structure and the exercises of how to do that right here, right now. Make sure you share this with your team. Make sure you work on yourself. You don't get in life what you want, you get in life who you are. And if you have not done these exercises properly, that is on you. You can drag a horse to water, you can't make it drink. You're at the water right now. We are here standing in the water and you're listening to it. And if you haven't applied it, you're choosing not to drink. And you're either choosing to stay the same or you're choosing to change. And I hope you are the latter. I hope and I wish that you are choosing to change. And you wouldn't be at the end of this podcast if you wouldn't. So I want to say thank you. Go back through and do these again, do all these episodes again if you need a refresher. Make sure you send it to your team and make sure you be the best version of you consistently. Do your daily huddles. Get clear on your vision. Get clear on your values. Refine them. Go back through them every single day, every single week. I redo my planning every single 3 months and every year. Redo them. Get clear on what it is that you want. Condition yourself daily. Make sure you're exercising. Make sure you're eating good food. You're getting good sleep. You're dissolving these limitations that are weighing you down, which is what we did today. And go out there and give the gift that you have, the opportunity that you have to people that need it. Because what you have is what people need. And take that responsibility and don't take it for granted. Thank you for your time. I hope you got value from these. Reach out to me on my socials if you ever want to connect. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon.